Did Sony just guarantee that Elden Ring will never make its way to Xbox Game Pass? I think so, because it was revealed today, August 31st, 2022, that units of Tencent and Sony have purchased in and bought a minority stake in FromSoftware. Hey, I'm LittleBobby here with 5-9 Gaming Direct, and today we're going to be talking about this huge news in the gaming industry. Sony and Tencent purchasing a combined total of just over 30% of FromSoftware. Now, we did see this article from Reuters, and the article reads that units of Tencent and Sony will take minority stakes in FromSoftware Incorporated, publisher in Japan of hit action role-playing title Elden Ring, via a third-party allotment of new shares from software parent Kadokawa Corp, said on Wednesday. And what this partnership reveals is that Tencent has purchased 16.25% of the total shares of FromSoftware, while Sony has purchased 14.09% of the total shares of FromSoftware. This is a big play by Sony and Tencent, both of whom are expanding at an incredible rate. We see every major publisher expanding right now. Microsoft is buying up studios, Sony is buying studios and buying stakes in other studios. Tencent is buying things left and right. Embracer especially has been buying things left and right. So right now the acquisitions are just one after another, and they could be in part or total complete acquisitions. Here we see in part, and I think this is a smart move. We've seen Sony take a lot of minority stakes or pick up a lot of companies in the last few years, most notably with Epic Games, creators of Fortnite and the Unreal Engine. They put in $1 billion earlier this year in April 2022 on top of a stake that they already had, increasing their percentage owned of Epic Games, right? It's not a majority shareholder situation, but they still do own a minority stake, and it's a fairly sizable chunk. Bringing in sizable chunks of companies does a few things. It gives Sony say in what the company can do, right? They have voting eligibility for the board. And this is big, as we heard recently, that Sony has been paying companies not to put their products on Xbox Game Pass. Now, that is a rumor. It's not 100% confirmed, but it would make sense, right? Sony doesn't want Xbox to be able to just put anything and everything. And here, if you look at it, this is a smart move, because now Sony can all but guarantee that Game Pass will never get Elden Ring as a free title that they can offer. The other thing it does is it allows Sony to possibly work out a deal where they can put Elden Ring on their free subscription service in the future. And if they can do that, then they can definitely say, hey, you know what? Game Pass may have all these Microsoft exclusives that are coming out next year. It may have some really great third-party titles, but they don't have Elden Ring. The only place you can get Elden Ring free with your subscription is PlayStation Plus Premium. The other thing is that Sony now owning a share in FromSoftware means that they might get a share of the profits. Elden Ring has already sold over 20 million copies since its release in February in the first 6 months, and we know the holiday seasons are coming up, so people are going to be getting their next-gen consoles, hopefully. They're also going to be able to get copies of games that maybe they didn't get during the year, right? With the Black Friday buzz, the holiday sales that are going to come up over the next, few months, you're going to see more and more copies of Elden Ring, and even things like Sekiro fly off the shelves, and that profit might come back to Sony even when they're being sold for Microsoft consoles. With Sony and Tencent combined owning 30% of the company, we also are going to see that Microsoft is not just going to be able to buy FromSoftware. They may have been able to before this, but I highly doubt that Sony would be willing to sell their stake. And the same thing goes for Tencent, because Tencent knows just how valuable FromSoftware IP is. But lately, it seems like just all of this console war stuff is heating up. We see PlayStation dealing big blows. We see Xbox dealing big blows, both with their acquisitions. Both are being as smart as they can with it. Obviously, Microsoft has a lot more money to throw around, and so Sony has to be very, very crafty with how they spend their money. Doing things like this, investing in percentage shares of companies, ensures that they're never going to have a worry about this particular company selling off to Microsoft and then possibly losing a huge IP that could be very, very financially rewarding to exclusivity to Microsoft. And while we wait for the Microsoft Blizzard acquisition to go through, we're going to see that is going to be a big blow for Sony one way or another. There's going to be a lot of IP that will just be Xbox exclusive. However, fortunately for Sony right now, Microsoft has said they're going to retain Call of Duty being on all platforms, which I think is smart, and Microsoft knows is smart, because even when Sony sells it on their platform, Microsoft is going to get a cut, and a big part of the Call of Duty player base has been on PlayStation for a long time now. So we see these two giant corporations dealing big blows to each other. Hopefully it means that we as consumers can benefit, that they do things that are best for us, you know, even though that's been somewhat questionable with Sony with the price raises recently and things like that. Having said all that, we do want to get your thoughts down below in the comment section. What do you think of Sony buying a stake in Tencent and possibly keeping Elden Ring away from Xbox Game Pass and maybe getting it available on PlayStation Plus? Let us know down in the comments below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the latest news, reviews, and more that we do here on 5-9 Gaming Direct. I'm LittleBobby, and thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you soon.